Welcome back to FDVN's channel. In today's video, we will introduce a new lesson on the topic of basic standards of legal writing, dates, numbers, citations, abbreviations, and business buzzwords. 1. Dates. In British English, dates should be written February 1st, 1999, March 3rd, 2000, not February 1st or 3rd day of March. Note, however, that dates are written differently in American English, since the month is placed before the day, and a comma is often placed after the day. For example, February 1st, 1999. 2. Numbers. The general rule is that all numbers 10 and below should be spelt and numbers 11 and above should be put in numerals. However, there are certain exceptions to this. If numbers recur through the text or are being used for calculations, then numerals should be used. If the number is approximate, it should be spelled out. For example, around 600 years ago, very large numbers should generally be expressed without using rows of zeros where possible, e.g. $3.5 million instead of $3,500,000. In contracts, the use of both words and numbers is common in order to increase certainty. For example, 3,500 euros, percentages may be spelled out, 20%, or written as numbers, 20%. Numbers that begin sentences should be spelled out. Note, in English writing, the decimal point is represented by a dot symbol, and commas are used to break up long numbers. Commas cannot be used to represent a decimal point, therefore, the number 10,553 and 3/4 is written like this in English, 10,553.75, while in most continental European countries, it is written like this, 10.55375. When referring to sums of money, the following rules apply. When writing numerical sums, the currency sign goes before the sum. Note that there is no gap between the sign and the figure that follows it, e.g. $100. When spelling out numbers, the name of the currency is put after the number, e.g. £100. The percentage sign, percent symbol, appears after the number to which it relates, and there is no gap between the sign and the number, e.g. 95%.
Statutes should be written without a comma between the name of the statute and the year it was enacted. For example, the Treaty of Amsterdam in 1999, the word "the" should not form part of the name of a statute. Therefore, one should write the Single European Act 1986 and not the Single European Act 1986. When referring to a section of a statute, write section in full using a lowercase s, unless starting a sentence. For example, Section 2 of the Law of Property, Miscellaneous Provisions, Act 1989. The names of cases should be written in italics and the word versus should appear as v. For example, Donahue v. Stevenson. In U.S. case citations, a dot symbol generally appears after v. There are two kinds of abbreviations. The first kind is the acronym. An acronym is made from the initial letters or parts of a phrase or compound terms. It is usually referred to as a single word. For example, /VIDU, radar equals radio detection and ranging. The second kind is an initialism, which is made from the initial letters or parts of a phrase or compound term. These are usually referred to letter by letter rather than as a single word, e.g. USA equals United States of America. In general, those abbreviations that refer to an entity, such as UK, USA, or NATO should be capitalized without dots between the letters. Those abbreviations that are used as grammatical shorthand, such as EG and IE, are usually written in lowercase letters with dots between the letters. There are also certain terms that are referred to in speech as a single word, but which are capitalized in writing. For example, NATO equals North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Here is a list of some common abbreviations and their usages. AGM equals Annual General Meeting, AOB equals any other business, often used in meeting agendas. B2B equals business to business. B2C equals business to consumer. CEO equals Chief Executive Officer. EC equals European Communities. ENC equals enclosed, etc. equals etc. FBI equals Federal Bureau of Investigation. GATT equals General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade. GBH equals Grievous Bodily Harm. GMT equals Greenwich Mean Time. GNP equals Gross National Product. Inc. equals Incorporated, USA. IPO equals Initial Public Offering of shares of a company. IT equals Information Technology. LTD equals Limited Company, UK. MD equals Managing Director. NAFTA equals North American Free Trade Agreement. NATO equals North Atlantic Treaty Organization.